Hi guys, this is Nick from Gains Up Next Level Board Gaming. Today I'm coming back at you with part 2 of how to build the Blood Rage 3D board. And behind me, there's not Blood Rage as you can see. No, it's Lords of Hellas actually. It's another project that we have done. And the Blood Rage board at this moment is somewhere else. People are playing on it, so couldn't deny that. It's actually better than just standing behind me. So this is its proxy. In part 2, what are we going to do? We're going to create the first layer of all the provinces for the basing to be on. So everything gets the first layer, and we are going to make it strong. We're going to make sure that everything is rock solid, because you're going to be in a game and you also want other people to touch the board, like that province is destroyed, can you just take it away? You don't want to say, can you take it away and please be careful with it. No, you just want to say, take it away and go on with the game. So everything needs to be really tough as nails. So everything is going to get a lot of layers, a lot of coats, a lot of PVA glue, a lot of fillers, a lot of almost like concrete. So yeah, let's get into it. It's going to be a little bit of a rust video actually. It's going to be quite fast because we have 3 provinces and Yggdrasil, and everything almost gets the same stuff, but just different colors and just small different techniques. So everything is going quite fast, and yeah, let's get into it. Alright guys, here we have a bucket of wall filler. We empty out the half of it into another container, add some water to it, add quite a lot of PVA glue to it, mix it together and put it back into the bigger bucket and mix it again. Mixing this way is much easier than trying to mix the whole bucket at once. This stuff is pretty tough, so yeah. So mix it up, and after this we're going to cover all the provinces with it. And please do not do what I do in the video. I didn't use gloves the first time I used this, and just don't do it. It's destroying your skin. You're going to have problems with it for weeks, so don't do it. Use gloves. After that we're going to grind it a little bit. It takes about 24 hours to dry, and this stuff gets rock hard. Even my grinding sponge broke, so I needed to use the Stanley knife instead. So yeah, that's how hard it's gonna be, rock hard. So just cut away some parts on the bottom to make it even again. And after that we're going to give everything a thick coat of PVA glue, just pure PVA glue. Coat it up and it will make sure it doesn't crack any further, and it's going to give it another layer of strength. This piece is going to be strong. After that I stole some blocks from my little baby girl, so hope she doesn't mind it. Those blocks are going to be where the pillage tokens are going to be. Just measure them out and fix them, secure them with sealant, and just remind that there need to be some names of the provinces later on, so keep some space for that. And secure everything where you think it's nice, where it fits good. So then the poker chips. I decided to place 2 poker chips on top of each other, so that the raised area where your warriors are going to spawn is going to be a little bit higher from the ground level. I just like it, so this. After we have done this, the compound comes back, or well, let's call it cement. This time I did use gloves, so highly recommend it. Do not do it without gloves. It dries out your skin like crazy. So make some nice slopes. Try to make it smooth in the places of Jotunheim. You can go a little bit rougher in Alfheim and Mannheim. So yeah, just do that. As you can see, we try to make a a nice little mountain of the little blocks. So eventually this stuff becomes really rock hard. So yeah, we are going to grind it again, but then all the raised areas where the pillage tokens are going to be, where your monsters are going to be, we are going to smooth it out, so everything's going to be nice and flat. And eventually I primed the bottom of all the provinces black, and I took an old brush and cut it off some of the brush so that the brush is going to be very sturdy, and it's very good use for dry brushing. So we take a little bit of black, a little bit of white, so you get a very light gray color. And we're going to dry brush the bottom of, yeah, let's say it's the cave. The bottom of the caves. So just do as I do there. Don't really mind yourself about it, it's the bottom. Nobody really is going to look at it anyways, but yeah, if somebody looks, it looks decent. Then we have the lava orange of the army painter, and just dry brushes as well. Do not clean your brush, it's not necessary. It's good for the transitions to for the colors to have a little bit of overlapping transitions. And yeah, then we go to pure red. Red is very contagious, so you just need a little bit. Don't do it too much, but just do it as the way you like it. And that's pretty much all the dry brushing that we are going to do, and that's all the effort we are going to put into the bottoms of it. Now we have the Corax white of Citadel, and we're going to prime Jotunheim white, and of course we are going to prime Alfheim and Mannheim black and brown, but I first want to use this stuff. This is crazy stuff. This is great for terrain building. I love it. It gives another layer of strength. It probably has some PVA glue in as well, I believe. I'm not sure of that, but it's some kind of a gluey mixed with sand and some pigments. And there we have the earth brown, and we're going to cover everything with earth brown. You can also make slopes with this product. Even if you find some cracks, don't worry about it. Just fill them up with another product like this, and you'll be good to go. It's going to be hard and it's going to be solid anyways. Don't worry. Eventually we're going over to Yggdrasil after this one. Yggdrasil is going to be black. I like Yggdrasil black. You can give Yggdrasil any color you want. So yeah. It's pretty much all of the same stuff, just a different pigment. It has some sand in it, so it already gives you some texture immediately. That's why I like it. It has a double purpose use. So and then this stuff. Quick shade of the army painter. I love this stuff for terrain building. And again, why? First of all, it has a great effect like a wash, so it gets into the recesses and it makes it darker. And when you dry it, it takes about 24 hours to dry, but when it is dry, it creates an immensely strong layer. It's like some sort of a resin inside, and it is really hard. I love that stuff. Just paint Jotunheim an icy blue color. Doesn't really matter what color you use in my opinion, but after that we are going to spray everything with the anti-shine matte varnish of the army painter, because the quick shade does give a shiny approach to it, and we don't want that. Then we use the blue shading, the blue wash of army painter, and we are going to cover it when it is dry. Make sure it is dry. We're going to cover it with Vallejo's water effect. And the best thing with this product is to let it dry up completely, give it another coat, and do that 5 times. Eventually you're going to build up a distance from the plateau, a distance from the province. And if you're going to dry brush that in the end, you're going to have a nice little ice effect that you're going to see some difference. You're going to see the blue in the back of the white ice that you dry brush. But we are going to come back later to that. Then we have the PVA glue again. Put big rocks first, a thick layer of PVA glue, big rocks first, smaller rocks afterwards. And it's going to give some beautiful texture to the sides of the slopes in Alfheim and Mannheim. Not really rocket science here, so just watch. And with the other province, I like it to be a little bit different, so we're not going to cover everything. We're going to just cover a few parts, and we're going to use bigger rocks with the brown battle rocks. Just gives a little bit different of a texture. So also don't worry, I have it's a very well ventilated room, and on top of the camera, above the camera, I have an extractor. So what you have just seen, that my little girl just walks in and out. She just really wants to be with daddy, so don't worry. The fumes are not going down. The fumes are only going up when I'm spraying. Of course I try not to spray when she's around, but sometimes, yeah. Sometimes she is there and she doesn't go away. With Yggdrasil, there's one important thing. Do not use rocks and basings on the bottom part. I almost did it there and I almost forgot, but yeah, the bottom part, it's out of 2 halves, so the bottom part needs to be clean, of course, because there's Ragnarok going to be. Now we take a mixture of PVA glue mixed with water. It's a 50-50 ratio. We are going to do it so thin so that we can create some kind of a plastic layer over all the rocks that we just put on. And when that dries up, it is going to really secure the rocks. So it's going to leave some kind of a plastic seal. Just it's perfect to do it. Then nobody has to care if some rocks will fall off, because from this board I promise you no rocks will fall off, no matter how tense the game is going to be. They are going to stay there, and they are made for staying there. So yeah, just cover up everything that has just been placed and let it dry out. Let it dry out very good. Now we are going to use the gray primer. We are going to hit a little bit of Yggdrasil. We are not going to hit completely everything. We want to have differences. We want to have different colors. So the more colors you can put into something that needs to look natural, the better it's going to look. And stay away from the places where you will see Ragnarok, so the places where the provinces are going to meet each other, where they are going to touch each other. Don't spray there. It needs to be nice and black. Just make sure that you touch everything, that everything is in color, that you don't have any more white showing through. And then for the, I believe it is the Alfheim province. Please, I'm sorry if I get it wrong, but we are going to use the chaotic red. I think it's a nice brown color actually, but yeah, it's still red. So as an undercoat, and then we're going to use the desert yellow of Army Painter and spray it over again. And eventually I want to go back again to the chaotic red, because I want it to look more reddish. That's it. Now then we have the dark tone shade, the wash, and we are going to wash very well all the raised areas, all the sides of all the mountains. So also the top of the pillage token, there needs to be some kind of a mountain, like some kind of a hill. Everything gets a wash. All the other parts we are going to do so much basing on top of it, so you don't worry about all the other parts, because they are going to get so much basing and stuff over them. You're not going to see anything of the wash. Then we go to the strong tone, is the brown wash of Army Painter, and we're going to wash all the brown parts. And after that we are quite finished with the first layer of the basings. So yeah, see you in a bit. Alright guys, that's it. That was part 2 of the tutorial. So I have to say I enjoyed all the comments that you guys gave me. I really liked all the comments on Facebook. Please, if you have any advices, give them to me. Even if you are up to for the next project, if you have an idea and if you say like, hey, I really want to see a 3D board of this game, shout it out. You never know, we are always looking for a next project. Yeah, see you in part 3. Bye.